But let's start at the beginning. So Lovers here as the main card. As I said, most signs are going through some kind of transition in their relationship space. Many relationships that haven't been working for years are now beginning to be released, changed, and growth is happening, whether it is tumultuous or whether it is gentle. But it does look like the main focus for your reading for August is on a relationship space. It is a Lovers, so it looks like a lover, something from the heart. For those of you in relationship, it does feel like a big shift is coming, whether things will be equaled within that relationship or they will be released, but it does feel like things have been kind of out of kilter for a little bit, Capricorn, and they are now starting to get back on track. So for many of you, it is changing the current relationship you have, being more equal, more balanced in emotions, in finances, in spirituality. But it does feel like some balance is coming into the forefront for a relationship space. And for many of you that are working at releasing the relationship, it does look like that will happen this month. But all that hard work that you've done to equalize things, speak your truth, you'll see the rewards for that hard work. The Ace of Cups is here crossing you. It does feel like you've learned quite a lot of lessons, but it does feel like emotionally you've been giving out and kind of keeping your integrity while others may have not. And this can be not necessarily, a partnership. It could be a heart space with your kids. It could be a family member, but it does look like you have been giving out more on the emotional level than either your partner or your family member, or even a friend. So it does look like some of the emotional things are coming more into balance. And if they are not, you are kind of pulling back your emotional energy a little bit and giving to yourself. But it does feel like you've been giving on this emotional love level, and it may not have been being returned to you on the same level. But it does feel like things are coming more into balance, whether that's releasing a relationship, upping the current relationship, or creating a new one. But it does feel like you are firmly now on your path. You're getting your emotions a little bit more into balance. It does feel like people have been kind of pulling on you in many different directions, and now you can narrow your focus down to you and what you want in the world and in your love relationship space. What is above you is the 6. This is the 6 of discs, or the 6 of pentacles, and it does feel like that you've had over the last couple of months some draw on your money that has been out of balance as well. So you may have had some unexpected bills that you weren't aware of, or had to allocate someplace else for a little bit. But it does feel like these scales are lighting up for me. So it does feel like your money's coming back into balance a little bit. It does feel like you've been kind of shelling out a little bit more than you're comfortable with, and it's starting to come back into balance. But it does feel like there was a large draw on your money over the last couple of months, and now you're I don't know if you're going to get paid back. I can feel some money is coming to you, so it may be an unexpected check, a return on an investment, money that you loaned out to somebody that comes back to you suddenly, or someone who actually honors an agreement that you had made in the past around money. So pay attention. Something's coming to you positively around money that has been kind of forgotten from the past. So what is in the past position is the Eight of Pentacles. And this looks like you're collecting information, collecting skills. This may be going back to school. This may be going to a conference of some kind with work, but adding to your skill level, taking a step up in your information, it feels like. And it may be just, you know, doing some information on a trip you're taking, but it does look like you're collecting information to up your game a little bit and add to the treasure trove of your skills. So that looks like something that has just happened or may have been offered to you recently, but it'll be incorporated into your awareness, it looks like, in the month of August. The Hermit is here in the present time. That is basically making time for you. There's kind of two cards in the deck that dictate being alone again, naturally, is what I call them. The Four of Pentacles is kind of like a running away from the situation, isolating from the situation, whereas a Hermit, it's just taking some much needed time for you, whether it's doing meditation or doing a hobby you love, but taking some you time and not spreading yourself so thin for everyone else and leaving yourself on last on the list. So it looks like you've reprioritized to make you just as important as other people in your life. You've taken some quiet time if you haven't done it already, and just finding your balance a little bit more in what you want and what is good for your growth, your own personal growth. I am feeling like you got really, really burned out, and you may have caught in a cold or had some small ailment that made you kind of crash out on the couch for a couple of days for some much needed rest. So make sure you schedule that in so your body doesn't have to create dis-ease to get what it needs. So create some of that downtime, and it does feel like things are calming down just a little bit on the interpersonal front, so you can make that time for you, Capricorn. The star sign is here. The star card is here. It is a higher arcana. This is kind of bright ideas. This is giving out of yourself. This is also ideas shooting down. So you may have some brand new ideas that are kind of shooting down from the heavens. And it does look like you are manifesting or taking those great ideas and putting them into the physical realm and starting to create those. It does look like some ideas. It's feeling more like business ideas, collaboration, gaining information for either a product or a service or something new that you'd either like to try or you've been thinking about for a long time. So now's the time to put a little light under your tuchus and do some homework. I think that's what's part of this is as well. Do some homework, start getting some more information, and actually take that first step into creating that. Not only connecting with the people that you need to collect the information, but actually putting it out in the physical realm, taking some of these ideas and marching through that fear. It does look like you've had this idea or these ideas to do these projects, things, new businesses, products, things like that. You've had it for a while, but it does look like you have been holding back a little bit or giving to others' projects. So now it's time to give to your own project, put a little fire under them and move about a little bit. Just take that first step into the physical realm, and the rest will follow. But you have to incorporate some of that ideas into the physical world and start moving on it. It does take a bit of effort from you, and now it's time. You have collected lots of information, so don't get bogged down in how everyone has done their own projects with that may hold you back if you still collect more and more and more information and don't make forward movement using this information to your betterment. So put a little motion into this, and it does feel like success is right around the corner for you is what I'm feeling, but it does require a little effort, little motion, not just talking about it, not just collecting information. The Queen of Pentacles is here, and this most likely stands for you if you're in a female body. This is Earth sign. This is a generous woman. It does feel female in valence. Can be a male that is effeminate. But this is an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. If it doesn't stand for you, it stands for a generous woman in your space, someone that's practical, a good advisor, and a good manager of things. So this is feeling like you. So trust in your own gifts that you have everything that you need and you are enough to get this ball rolling. All it takes is that first step past your fears and just jump in and do it. If it doesn't work, you can turn around and take another avenue. But it does feel like you have been a bit constipated in some of your decisions and your motions. So put a little effort into it. Just start the ball rolling, and I'm sure that you will see what you need to validate you to keep going on that. So it does feel like making you a priority. Trust in your own gifts, Capricorn. You have many. Trust in your kindness, in your good judgment, and push yourself a little bit farther for a little more action. The Fool is right here. It does feel like this is in your fears position. So it does feel like you're afraid of making the same mistake twice. If you have just entered into a new agreement, whether it's a business agreement, a marriage, a friendship, it does feel like you're very fearful of making the same mistake twice. But don't let that stand in the way of your happiness and your havingness. If it is not the right path, you can always turn around and go down a different one. But don't hold yourself in kind of that suspended animation place where you don't do anything because you were hurt in the past. We are all hurt in the past. That's how you learn. You have to walk through that fear, and you're not the same person that you were when you initially made those decisions that you ultimately felt pain from. You are in a different space. You are a different person, and you have grown and added to your own information in your spiritual growth. So even if the situation feels similar, there are different people involved. You are a different person. So please trust in your own abilities, and you are enough. Don't let fear stand up and stand in the way of your greatness. We have the Page of Pentacles here. You've got lots of pentacles, so you've got some motion being dictated. The Wheel of Fortune. You need some motion here, Capricorn. Move it. Move it a little bit. Don't sit in it. Move it a little bit. You get all pruny and wrinkled up when you sit in it. So the Page of Pentacles is here, and I'm feeling like that is it's good news. Pages are messengers, and pentacles can mean money. That can mean good news about material things. It can be honored for your ambition, all that hard work you've been putting into at work and going unrecognized. You might get your kudos. You may get a raise. It could mean raise and promotion. So check those emails, mailboxes. Pay attention to the messengers. You never know who that may be to give you that little boost in the ego that you need. But yeah, that it looks like it's something that it needed to come for a long time, and it is kind of on the line of the Lover. So it may mean that a partner that has not spoken words of love in a while, or said any positive things, may present you with some more positive strokes, more positive mindset, and really honoring you not only for your ambition but your contribution. But it may be work too. I don't want to narrow it down, but it is on the line of the Lovers here. So it may mean more I love yous, but it does look like a lot of the work that you did in the past will be honored some way, whether it is in relationship space or workspace. We have the Eight of Swords, a culmination card right here. It does feel like you're a little trapped in a situation. And And it does feel like there may be some frivolous excuses that are keeping you from moving. So I'd like you to pull off this blindfold here and look at it for what it really is. Start healing yourself. Stop waiting to hear the exact words you need to hear to create some movement. But it does feel like a kind of a self-created imprisonment. So it's time to cast off the rules that you've made for yourself and the boundaries that you have set up. You know, I'll do this when this happens type of thing. You need that motion now. You need that motion now, and no more of this holding yourself back, waiting for either another person to make a decision or giving other people power before you make some motions and make some decisions. It's time to cast off that blindfold, really look at what it is. I know that's a little harsh, Capricorn, but it's really time to move about. You are needed in the world with your beautiful gifts and your tenacity and your generosity. So holding back from your greatness is doing no one any good, and particularly not you. So it's time to heal those wounds. Stop waiting for others to make decisions before you make yours. On one side of this, the left side, is the Ace of Swords. This is triumphance. This is higher level. You're taking things to the higher level. You're back on your path, your karmic path, and moving along. The Ace of Swords kind of cuts through the jive. You'll be able to tell the truth from a lie or a placation or manipulation. So you're able to see what is honest and what is just jive now. And so you have all the tools you need to cast this off and to move out of this kind of situation. You are on your path. You have the Ace of Cups here, which is emotions, Ace of Swords, which is intellect. So it's time to use that beautiful brain and move the body a little bit. You have everything you need. Time to cut through the jive and to be exalted and triumphant. Make you a priority instead of fixing everybody else's stuff and then getting frustrated about it. I do feel that that has shifted. That's no longer a part of the awareness on the daily. So it's just kind of taking the step into your new commitment to yourself. And you have all the tools you need, and you're the exact place that you need to be. So now it's time to be herald all of your triumphs and put them out there on display. This crown is lighting up, so it does feel like you will be taking the high road out of a situation that may be presented to you in August. It also feels like you will be honored for your hard work and finally recognized and noticed a little bit more out in the world. For some of you, that may be really scary, but it's time to be recognized for all the hard work that you do, Capricorn. Wheel of Fortune is on the other side. This is a great card. It is one of the major arcana, and the Wheel of Fortune is just that. You know, round and round she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. But it all is dictated on the effort we put in. If you put no effort in, you get no effort back. If you put lots of effort in, you get lots of effort back. And depending on if you hold your mindset in a positive mindset, then you'll be rewarded tenfold positively. So keep that mind clear of all the negative sabotage. Step out of your head, step out of your way, start some motion, and I believe you will be rewarded for just taking that step, taking that leap of faith. The Fool also stands for taking a leap of faith. Try something different. The way that you have been doing things that haven't been working for a while no longer serves you. You are aware of that. It does look like you have the awareness, but you have to put that into motion. So use that tenacity, that diligence, and do some of those wonderful projects for yourself, and use that beautiful healing energy and give to yourself some of that. So the Wheel of Fortune, that's a great card. It directly is related to the effort you put into something, or whether it's positive or negative, whether you keep it positive or negative. So that is your general reading Capricorn for the month of August. I'm going to throw a couple of these Angels in Abundance cards. This is a Doreen Virtue deck, and she just brings it on home with one word. These do have some writing on it, and since I'm unfamiliar with them, detox your friendships. Well, there you have it. So friendships, relationships, those that do not serve you, the toxicity no longer works for you, and people just keep handing you the same problems over and over, which creates frustration and resentment. So that doesn't work for you anymore, Cap. All right, the very first one is detox your friendships. Your abundance flow is being affected by the people with whom you're spending time. So be discerning about your associations and relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. And that is pretty much true. You know, we do reflect the people that we hang around. It isn't a judgment, but if we hang around negative people, we tend to absorb that negativity just by virtue of being around them. So be around the positive, the movers and the shakers, the generous, supportive, loving people, instead of the bad luck schlep rocks, as I like to call them. So I truly believe it is a choice how we deal with life, whether we do the poor me or we use it as just a leg up into the new lesson. Pardon me. Even the negative has a place in our bag of tricks. It has a place in what, you know, it's just important in life to know what we don't want is what we do. So your deservedness. You are a beloved child of God like everyone else, and you deserve to receive the support that will allow you to focus upon your divine life purpose. Even if you can't yet recognize your lovable qualities, trust that God and the angels can see how amazing you truly are.